Hey y'all, it's Hoagie. Welcome back to my channel. Dude, it's been 4 months. It's been 4 flippin' months. And I don't know, I got a job, you guys. That's the bottom line, man. I got a job and now it's been difficult to do anything but job and chill. And I'll get to that. Anyway, hi. Let's get into this. Happy New Year. Happy belated New Year. But Happy New Year. Happy fucking New Year. Like, y'all. Like, Happy New Year. It's gonna be a good New Year. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time for me. It's gonna be a good time for you. I am 100% positive of that. The world has been so crappy lately. It has to get better. It does. There's got to be something. Something's got to give. And I refuse to believe that things are just going to get worse. I refuse to believe that. I don't. If I hold that in my brain, then I will freak out. So I am just like, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be fun. I'm going to do cool shit. But I just have to. If I don't stay positive, I'm going to go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I choose to be positive because the alternative is not worth thinking about. Anyway, I got a job. It is doing health surveys for the government, for the health department and the CDC. If you get a phone call from someone asking to interview you for a health survey, please do it. It's really important. It helps create policies and procedures in your state, and it's not just the government uses it, it's also used by scientists and researchers and analysts and even like sociologists and social workers. It's like super important, and you should take it. You should do it. It takes no more than like 30 minutes depending on what the survey is. Like, it's if you can't finish it at one point, you can always reschedule for a different time and they'll just pick up where you left off. Like, guys, do the briefest. Like, do the survey. It's good for you. It's good for everyone in the long run. But that's what I do. I call people on the phone and I interview them and I type a lot. And I like it. It's work from home. I'm in my room. They sent me this massive monitor. It's fucking huge. Um, I get to sit on my butt doing typing and speaking, and it's legit. I get paid poverty wages, but like it's good. I'm not reliant on. I have a rent deal with my landlord, so I'm not going to lose my place where I live if I don't pay a certain amount of rent every single month. I have to be good for it. I will pay it back, but like, I have a deal with my landlord. I'm very lucky. I'm very privileged to have that deal. Like, I'm so grateful. Um, but because of that, I can earn what I earn and not be in trouble. And uh, I still am on medical assistance from the government because I make so little. And dude, if they raise the minimum wage to 15 federally, I might not be able to be on Medicaid anymore. It's that bad. It's that bad, you guys. Medicaid needs you to be so poor. Anyway, I love my job. I'm very fond of my job. I I don't think I would be able to find something like this in, like, anywhere else. Like, I was so lucky to find it. I found it on Indeed, and like the interview process was super easy, and they just want people in seats giving surveys, and I'm really lucky, and I'm really grateful. And that's probably the best thing that happened to me all year last year, was getting that job and having a stable income and having accommodations. They bought me a chair, you guys. Like, I was in this dinky little desk chair built for like teenagers, half my size, and it was fucking with my back. It was really messing up my back. And I was having horrific pain. I could barely do my job. And it wasn't until like October. I started my job in September. And then it wasn't until October that I was able to get my hands on a big and tall chair, like a chair specifically for big people. It's like an executive desk chair. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And they paid for it. It had to be, well, okay, I paid like $20 for it because it was a $220 chair and they were only paying up to $200, but they paid for most of it. And now I have an amazing chair, and I'm also going to end up getting a desk. I haven't done the whole process of getting the desk yet, but they're going to pay for that too. Because my desk is too high for my arms. Like, my arms need to be at like a 90-degree angle. I can't really do it. It needs to be at a 90-degree angle. But like right now my arm is like this, and so it's up, and like I have like cushions for my wrists for typing and for the mouse, but it's still painful. And on my neck, I've been having some issues with my neck very recently. Like, I'm still on a round of muscle relaxers from the last time I was in urgent care. Because I have osteoarthritis in my neck and my back and probably my knees. And I'm 31, you guys, and I already have osteoarthritis. Like, what's it gonna be like when I'm 55? It's gonna suck. But I've been having flare-ups in neck pain. I really need to get my hands on that desk because it should help me not be like this, and yeah, I have the door open. Anyway, I I'm happy where I am. And I think that's a big part of it. Like, I'm in a good mood. The routine has been doing great things for me. Like, I get up at 7 a.m. every night. I get up at 7 a.m. every morning, and I go to bed around 9 o'clock every night. And the routine has been great for my brain. Like, just my mood and everything has been elevated. I've been feeling more energetic. Even with my flare-ups, which I've been having some of, and it's great. Like, this whole thing has been so good for me. And I don't know, I'm in a good place. My therapist ended up leaving. He had some family issues, and it was just getting too stressful for him, so he had to take a sabbatical, and I don't know if I'm ever going to see him again. I don't know. I've never seen his face. It was always over telephone, so I don't know if I see him in the street, if I'll ever see him again, but he was great, and I have a new, younger therapist. She's in training. She's really nice. Um, but I'm doing good. Therapy's going well. Medication's going well. If it weren't for these freaking flare-ups, like, fuck my neck, man. Like, I'm so done with it. Where is a neck transplant? They have knee replacements. I want a neck replacement. You know what I mean? It's bad. But, God, what else? I had like a whole thing written. Oh, Christmas. I had a good Christmas. Yeah, and Thanksgiving. Hung out with the fam. For Christmas we had like a Christmas brunch, and all the kids were there. And since I have money, I was able to buy gifts for the kids, and that made me feel really good. And I was very Like, I felt included. I felt like, oh my God, the kids are going to like me. And they do like me. I mean, they like me as much as any other adult. Like, I'm not their parents, but um, it was fun. I had a Secret Santa. All the family gets together and like each person is assigned one other person so that you're not spending money on like all 16 people. You're just spending it on one person. Um, and that was fun. I got some stuff that I wanted on my Amazon wish list, and I also bought myself some things that I didn't end up getting for Christmas and or my birthday. I just it's been nice having money. I know I was on a depth year, but like then I got a paycheck and I was like, well, I need this and I need this and I kind of want that and it'd be nice to have this and there's a whole video right there, you guys. Like there's a whole video right there. I I have a compulsive spending issue, but I'm doing good. I don't think I'm like spending compulsively. I think I'm just spending more than I have in a year because I have money. New Year's Eve was so fun. Oh my God. Like I decided that I was going to do like this shower ritual where it's like cleansing everything and I've never done any shower magic before. So I didn't have any scrubs or any tea bags or anything. I was just taking my time to intentionally just cleanse and wash away all of the shit of 2022. And I did that like 10 p.m. And, and then I get a message from my roommate, and she's like, come outside. There is a dumpster fire. And it was an actual dumpster fire. There's a dumpster outside of our townhome, and it was on fire. Like it had a lid, and then it didn't have a lid. Like it was, it was on fire, you guys. It's like that meme. It was the meme. It was the meme, and it was on fire. And we got video, and we got pictures, and it was just like, this is perfect. People have been doing fireworks. So I think that's what it was, is people had been doing fireworks, and then someone like put a firework in the trash can or something, and it just lit on fire. We had to call the fire department. Fire department showed up, sprayed it with a bunch of water, fixed it, everything's fine, but like, it was like, holy shit, there's an actual dumpster fire. 2022. And I think that that's very poetic, that it happened right after I did my cleanse. I was like, well, this is proof the whole ass fire department is coming to take out the trash. So that was kind of cool. I mean, not that there should be dumpster fires, but like, I got to witness one and it was kind of fun. And then we live in a part of town where there's a bunch of fireworks. And I know that like fireworks are not good for pets or for people with certain PTSDs, and I acknowledge that. But we love fireworks in this house. We love fireworks. And so to live in a place where you can just look up and there's fireworks all around is magical. It is magical. And I think I expressed this last year. I think I even showed a video. I didn't take a video this year because I wanted to be in the moment. I want to be in the moment. I want to experience it. And then I have the video from last year if I do want to watch like a bunch of fireworks. So we just sat there. I had my little Martinellis. I can't drink because I was in urgent care and they prescribed me like muscle relaxers and I can't drink. And so I had my apple cider and we were just chilling, watching fireworks. It was cold. We were chilling. And it was just great. It was great. It lasted for like a half hour of just people all over just setting off a bunch of fireworks. I know it's not good, guys. I feel guilty, but like, I can't stop them. And if I can't stop them, then I'm going to enjoy it. R.I.P. in peace. But, I'm going to enjoy it. And I drank that entire bottle of Martinelli's. I drank the whole thing. And then I paid for it because I have IBS and my IBS does not enjoy apples at all. I personally love apples. I love apple juice. I love apple sauce. I love candied apples, caramel apples, love all that shit. My intestines do not. So for the rest of the night, I was paying for that. But hashtag worth it, because it's tradition in my, back before I would drink, it would be a tradition in my family for us to have apple cider on New Year's Eve and toast and everything. It was great. It was great. I enjoyed it. I don't regret it. Um, it's whatever, you know? For New Year's Eve, we watched Knives Out for the first time. I've never seen it before, because I really wanted to see Glass Onion, because I was like, Daniel Craig is queer in this movie. I kind of need to see it. So I wanted to see Knives Out first, even though they say you don't have to. I wanted to, just because queer character. Hello, I'm all about that shit. Um, and we watched it, and it was so good, you guys. It was so good. Like, Gina is very astute and is very good at figuring out what's going to happen. But I am very naive and not like really hip to jive with all of that. So I couldn't really figure it out, but like she did, and she was excited, and I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. And then yesterday, which was New Year's Day, we watched Glass Onion, which was so good, you guys. Watch both of those movies. We had to rent Knives Out, but Glass Onion is on Netflix, and it's so good. I'm so glad we saw it. But like, guys, you need to see that movie. Both of them. They're so good. Even without the queerness, they're just good movies. They're just good movies. I have gotten back into journaling. Like actual journaling. Like actually like a book. Like not bullet journaling, which is what I was doing for a while, but then I just, when you're working, at least since I really haven't had, this is the longest time I've ever had a job, okay? I'm 31. This is the longest time I've ever had a job. I had a job for a month before the pandemic, and then I dropped the job. I quit because of the pandemic. But before then, I had just had like student government jobs in university, and this is the first time I've actually been regularly employed. And so my creative juices are kind of, they've trickled out, and they're slowly coming back up as I'm adjusting. But for the most part, I'm still kind of bleh. But I've decided to get back into journaling. I bought that journal for myself for Christmas, and I just want to like have a place to dump my thoughts, because I don't really have a place to do that right now. Like, I do see a therapist, but like I don't want to tell her all the minutia of my life, you know. And so I've been writing this stuff down, and it's really nice. I like being able to do that. Just having a place at the end of the day to dump whatever I feel, however, whatever shit is in my brain. I just need to get it out, and I need to put it down. And that's very nice. Would recommend. I used to do this in high school. I don't know why I stopped. It's a great idea. Journal, you guys. I've been doing some reading. I got a bunch of books for myself and from other people for my birthday and Christmas, and I just like reading. I was kind of in a rut for a little bit, like the first month or so of having a job, and I just didn't feel like I could absorb any other information. But I eventually got back into it. I have been reading a couple books. I've been doing some highlighting. I've been doing some putting little tabs on things, and I really enjoy it. I miss reading. I was reading a bit at the beginning of last year, and then I just kind of tapered off. And you know, with the depth year, you're supposed to use what you have. And I read a couple books, but I didn't really go through my stash, and now I have more. So I need to get to reading, goddammit. I've been pursuing an ADHD diagnosis. My my roommate has been hounding me for years. She is convinced that I have ADHD. And for the longest time I was like, no, no, that's explained by this or this, or you know, my other diagnoses. I have like a whole video series on them. And I was also diagnosed with a couple other things recently, but like I just feel like ADHD is probably accurate. The more I research it and the more I look into it, the more I'm like, you got a point. You got a, yeah. So I am looking into that. I'm putting together a list. I'm putting together documents. I'm going to seek out a neuropsychologist. Um, I know that self-identity is perfectly valid, and I support self-identity, and I would not be averse to self-identifying if for whatever reason I can't get a diagnosis when if I think that it's accurate and they don't have an explanation otherwise for the things that I've experienced. Um, but like, I just, for accommodation purposes, I think it'd be nice to have a diagnosis, just because, there are some things, especially at work. I am noticing at work that I'm going to need some accommodations that, like, I wasn't even aware that I had a need for before work. Like, there's a whole video in that, because work is just a whole different ball game from anything I've experienced before. So let's wrap this shit up. This has been a little bit longer than I was expecting, but that always happens. Plans for the new year. I am not actually committing to a schedule. I'm not going to do that because the last few times I've done that, I have failed. And I would rather just say the adverb regularly. Okay? Like, maybe once a month. When I feel like it, when I have the opportunity. Maybe there'll be a lot. Maybe there'll be a little. Maybe some months there'll be like 2 videos. And then I won't post a video for 2 months. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to post more. I'm not worried about monetizing this, so I don't need to like worry about the algorithm. So I'm not like gonna be beholden to a certain schedule so the algorithm likes me. Like, I'm just gonna put out videos when I want to put out videos because this is a hobby and I enjoy doing this, but it's not my livelihood, and so I don't have to grind, and I don't feel like grinding. I really don't. My 2 years on T is in May, so I want to do a thing for that. I was going to do a thing in November for my year and a half, but then obviously that didn't happen. There's been some changes. There's been less changes than I was expecting, but also we have until May, so new stuff may happen. We'll have to see. I'm going to do something on that. I would like to do some book reviews. I think that would be fun because I've been doing more reading and I'd love to talk about it, have a place to put my thoughts, even if it's just like a record of the things that I've read. I would love to do that. I want to talk about more mental health stuff, about ADHD, pursuing a diagnosis. I might do a whole video on that. I filmed like the entirety of a video on me getting my new IUD back in August. And I think I want to actually splice that together and make that video and publish that video, because I made the video, but I never actually like stitched everything together and turned it into an actual video. So I think I want to do that. There's still some Self-Love September things that I had planned that I might still make videos about, or I might save them for like Self-Love September if that's so far in the future. I don't know. Yeah, I want to do some job stuff. I want to talk about my job, like not in detail, but I'd like to talk about, how it's improved my life, how it's been weird, how some of it has been very stressful, the things that I do during my job, the things that I think about, how I stay focused, how I don't feel bored as hell sometimes. I'd like to do a thing on that, about how the routine of having a job has been good for my mental health, how my mental health has improved over the past 4 months. I'd like to do stuff about that. I realize in this interim time that I am demisexual. I am still biromantic homosexual, but I'm a biromantic demi-homosexual. And I'd love to talk about that, how I discovered that, how I came to that conclusion, what that means for me, what that definition, like what that means for me. I'd love to talk about that. I'd love to talk about how my depth year went, or my depth 3/4 went, and why I stopped, and what I learned, and just like a wrap up of all of that. I don't know how many of you guys are actually interested in those videos, but I'd like, at least for myself, like most of this is for myself to document things. And I personally consider this channel to be more than anything, documentation, which is why I started the channel, to document my transition. And right now, I just need to put my thoughts down. That's why I'm journaling. I need to put my thoughts down places. So I'm getting back into this. And I hope that you guys had a good New Year's. I hope you guys had a good holiday season, whatever you celebrate, whatever country you're in. I hope it was a good time. I hope the time that I have not been talking with you guys has been a good time. And if it hasn't, I'm sending you all my love and support. It's going to get better. This year is going to be amazing for all of us because I said so. Like, the universe better be listening because I said so, and it's going to be a good year. So there. The sun is going down. I'm losing some light. I hope y'all are well and stay well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I do my best to put out new videos regularly. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy day. Happy life. I'm in a good place, and I hope you are too. I will see you guys next time. Mwah.